morning, dear students. Yesterday we started new topic of 12th standard physics, that is the first chapter, rotational dynamics. In that chapter, this is the topic which we have seen. So initially we have seen that when an object moves in a straight line direction, it is called linear or rectilinear. It is also called as translational motion. And if it moves in a curved path, then it is curvilinear motion. And if it moves in a circular track, in this way, circular orbit, then we call it as a circular motion. Then we have seen a radius vector, that a vector drawn from center of the circle to the position of that particle is called radius vector. It is also called as position vector. Then three important physical quantities: angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration. These three important physical quantities are compared with the three quantities in linear motion. In linear motion already we learned in 9th and 10th standard also: linear displacement S, linear velocity V, linear acceleration A. These three physical quantities, theta, omega and alpha, are the similar quantities to that of S, V and A. These are in linear motion and these are in circular motion. So angular displacement is nothing but the angle traced by a radius vector in a given interval of time. Initial position is P, final position is Q, and within this much of time delta T, it covers an angle delta S, delta theta. So this delta theta is angular displacement. Then secondly, angular velocity. The rate of change of this angular displacement with time is called as angular velocity. And then next one is angular acceleration. The rate of change of angular velocity with time is called angular acceleration, alpha. So theta, omega and alpha, these are the three new physical quantities which we have seen. Now let us move further for this rotational dynamics topic. When any particle which is performing a circular motion, then there are so many different physical quantities which arises over here. Suppose the particle is performing circular motion in anti-clockwise direction, in this way, and O is the center of the circle, and suppose P is the point which is initial position of that particle. Now let us see period of revolution. Period is generally denoted by T. What is period? The time taken to complete one revolution. Suppose if you start from this point P, then it goes in this way, and again comes at the same point. So if you start a stopwatch when it starts from the point P, and the particle goes in this way, and when it comes again at the same point P, stop the stopwatch and see the time how much is. So that time which is seen in the watch is called as period. So what is period? The time required to complete one revolution is called as period. And SI unit of period is second. Second is the SI unit. Now if you want to find the expression for a period, then let us use general formula. Speed V is equals to distance upon time. This is the general formula. Speed is equals to distance upon time. Now if you start from this point P, the particle moves in this way, and completes one revolution when it comes again at the same point. Within this much of time, how much is the distance covered? The distance covered is circumference, and it is nothing but 2 pi r. And time taken to complete one revolution is called period. So T is the period. So V is equals to 2 pi R upon T. So the formula for T becomes 2 pi R upon V, or we can write here as V is equals to 2 pi R upon T. Okay. So period is having SI unit, second, and the time required for one complete revolution is called as period. This is about period. Now let us see frequency. Frequency is generally denoted by N or F. These are the different symbols for frequency. What is frequency? The number of revolutions completed by that particle in unit time, means in 1 second. How many number of revolutions are done by that object, that particle in unit time, means in 1 second. That number of revolutions is called as frequency. So frequency is nothing but the reciprocal of period. We know this relation. So therefore N is equals to 1 upon T, means reciprocal of this 2 pi R upon V, means it becomes V upon 2 pi R. So the formula for frequency becomes V upon 2 pi R. SI unit of this frequency is Hertz, and it is denoted by symbol Hz. Hertz is the SI unit of frequency. Next one is angular speed. We have seen yesterday angular velocity, and it is denoted by omega.